All right, I guess I'm recording. Um, how's it going? This is Joe. I'm Executive Prime at Knobcat Games, and today I am going to show you some stuff at the blacksmith. You know, some of this stuff might be self-explanatory, but some of the other stuff may not be. So, just a little bit of a quick how-to tutorial for the blacksmith in Dungeons of the Obelisk. So, first thing, um, this also works for your inventory. If you hold left shift to compare items, you can see what you're holding. That's more of a inventory tip than a whatever. And then also, if you notice, all my legendary items that I want to keep here have this lock on the top right of them. If you right click an item, it'll put the lock on. So then whenever you try to salvage it, so example, here's my grave filler that I really don't want to lose. It's got the lock on it. I've selected it. I hit salvage selected and nothing will happen. So that protects your items. So if you have something you want to keep, definitely lock it. So as you can see, this pipsqueak and these boots here are locked and they're rares. So whenever we salvage all of our stuff with the salvage filtered, then these ones don't get salvaged because they've got the lock on them. Um, Salvaging things is pretty important. Common items, trash items give you gray dust. Uncommon items give you metal chunks. Azure cores come from rare items. And then you get amber shards if you salvage a legendary. Counterpart tokens come from companions, and vestige powder comes from artifacts, but only from rare. Well, actually, that's a lie. You can salvage your legendary stuff too, and you'll get a certain amount depending on the level, but it's not recommended because you pay for your legendary ones in the shop. So this is the salvage tab. Salvage equipment to convert it into materials, and you can pick what you want to salvage from here and just hit everything, or if you only want to salvage like heads or offhands or something like that, it gives you the option to sort that way. And then you can salvage filtered based on what you picked here, or you can just pick an item that you want to get rid of. Let me see here. This grave filler is really bad, so I can just click this item and select it, and then I can salvage selected, and then I get my amber shards because it was a legendary. Um, Other things, you can't salvage your crafting materials that you salvage for, and you can't salvage anything in your um, consumable inventory, even though it pops up here at the blacksmith. So if we go salvage selected, nothing happens. It just unselects it because that can't be salvaged. Now, reforge, um, the blacksmith is named Tiori, by the way. So business is booming since the obelisk appeared, she says. You can reforge items, and what that means is you can take an item that has, for example, this hammer. It has Constitution on it. But if your build doesn't really need Constitution, or you have a different thing on your weapon you're currently using and you want to switch to this, you can pick what you have and then change major trait. It'll swap it to, in this instance, strength. So let's go ahead. Actually, I don't want to do it on that one. Let's do it on this sword because I actually do want to swap this sword to dexterity. So right now it's got 249 strength. We want it to be dexterity. Change major trait. Now it's 249 dexterity on it. If you try to reforge something to the thing that it already has, it'll pop up and tell you. So there's no way to accidentally waste your materials reforging to something that you don't want. Also, this little head over here It may not look like you, but that's your inventory, what you have equipped. So if you want to reforge something that you're wearing, you don't have to unequip it. You can just pick here to bring it in your inventory into the blacksmith and then reforge it that way. There's also level up at the blacksmith, which is handy whenever your character is below level 10 and you have um lower than level 10 items, which I've salvaged all my stuff that wasn't level 10 now, so I can't really show you, but it's kind of the same. It works the same way. You drag your item in here. Um, right now it's showing me the cost to go to level 11, but when I hit it, it's going to say that she can't go higher than that right now. But if you're leveling up and you've got a real good head or you find a legendary that's, at level 6 or something, and you want to keep that legendary, but you want it to be level 10, this is the place. We also have Imbue, which I'm not going to be able to show you because Imbue only works on legendary artifacts and companions, and I haven't earned enough crystals yet to be able to buy one at the shop. So the way it works though is you can't do your rares. Rares don't get imbued, but your legendary artifacts and companions, they have what's called a power level. So it's different than the level 10 that is on your items. When you buy an item at the shop, a companion or a artifact, they'll roll a power level between 1 and 30. And actually, I think it's maybe like between 2 or 3 and 30 because you have to have the lowest one that counts as a level. But say you have power level 15, 30 is the max. You drag your companion in, your legendary companion in, it'll tell you what you need to upgrade them, and you can imbue different things. So, off the top of my head, I know if you try to imbue an artifact, the Mask of Takura, let's go look at it, the shop. If you try to imbue this mask, you'll get 3 options. Unless one of them is maxed, then the maxed option won't show up because you can't upgrade it. But it'll say like what your current one is, and then you can upgrade from 1 to 6. Um, going by the different power levels. It's a little hard to explain, but it's pretty intuitive, I think. I mean, I designed it, so of course I'm going to think that. But if you have any more questions, throw them in the comments. I'd be happy to answer them, or get at me on Reddit. Reddit. I'm not on Reddit. Get at me on Discord. Um, the link to the Discord is in the game, by the way. If you hit that, it'll pop open your Discord and let you join our server. Back to the blacksmith. We talked about imbue. The last one on the blacksmith is assemble. So I don't have sneaker grease right now, but if I had at least one of all 4 of these, then I can assemble them into a weird contraption. So there's goggles for item find, licorice is for experience boost, metal detector is for your gold find, and sneaker grease is for your movement speed. And you can buy these ones in the shop, and they give you a 30% boost, but whenever you imbue them, then you'll get a 60% boost on all of the things. So if we go back to the shop right now, goggles are on sale for 25% off. So there's 7,500 gold, and then this metal detector is 10,000 gold. I recommend buying these in the shop when they're on sale, and then just waiting for each one to come on sale. And then once you've got a stockpile, then you can come here and assemble them into a weird contraption. That way you don't have to run all 4 separate buffs. And for 10,000 more gold, it gives you basically double of the effectiveness of those buffs. So right now I don't have enough materials to assemble a weird contraption. But for now, that's it. Hopefully more functionality will come to the blacksmith soon. There's a few things that we want to add, a little bit of crafting, a little bit of modifying items. But for now, those are the things you can do at the blacksmith, and I think that's all the tips I have for you for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.